So let's shift our focus a little bit. I want to get to the rapid fire questions. I got about 5 of those, and then I'll ask you my end question that I wrap up every interview with.
Okay.
But as far as the NFL goes, like I said, you can elaborate some if you want.
Okay. All
Will
right.
Aaron Rodgers be back in Pittsburgh?
Oh God. My gut says my gut is like a weird thing because my gut was like yes, and then I was like no.
And he's a bit of an enigma. You never know what
He
he's
like
thinking
who
anyway.
who the
So
hell knows? Like
no,
honestly, that like you know what? That's the most honest answer. Who the hell knows? I think it's a really interesting situation because like the Mike McCarthy connection.
Mhm.
Um, they didn't have maybe the best ending in Green Bay. And Aaron Rodgers was a different quarterback last season than he was the season before. But also, Aaron Rodgers is at a point in his career where, the player he was when he was last coached by McCarthy is not the player he is now either. Um, Father Time remains undefeated, though.
Absolutely.
So, would it be a cool story? Yes. Is it what's best for Pittsburgh? I don't know.
Depends on who you ask, I guess.
Right. So, the genuine answer to that is I don't freaking know.
Will Tua start week 1 for the Atlanta Falcons?
If Tua starts week 1 for the Atlanta Falcons, it's only because Penix is out, still recovering from the ACL. Like, there's no way in hell that Tua is the week 1 starter because he is legitimately QB1.
I can't explain what the Atlanta Falcons, their way of thinking. I've been a lifelong Atlanta Falcons fan. I've been through a
Okay.
lot of 3-13s, but I can't understand that franchise's way of thinking. So I
I
wanted to
don't
ask
know.
you
Like
that too.
I see the pros and cons, and I don't actually think it's a bad fit. I don't actually think it's a bad fit. I think the coaching staff and I think the potential is there. The offense that the Falcons run, I think there's potential. I just don't think that when push comes to shove and you've got a healthy Penix and you've got a healthy Tua, um, I think Penix is still your QB1.
And now you've got two B Robs in the backfield to go along with that too.
Yes.
So will the Dallas Cowboys make a run in 2026?
Oh, Jesus. No.
I don't think so either.
I don't know. And honestly, that has nothing to do with the players. I think
Right.
it's an ownership. I think it's an ownership thing. Um, Without getting like too much into the weeds there, I think Jerry Jones has positioned himself as a person who is the star of the show. He likes to hear his own voice. He likes to be the boss. I know that if I were a player and I was drafted into the organization, I think that my first reaction might be like, oh, because you look at the way that contracts are negotiated and how things are, dragged out. Yeah, I don't know. So my gut says no, and it's not even like a player issue. To me, it goes to the very top of the organization.
Will the tush push be banned at some point? Because I know last year it was a hot topic of conversation and it wasn't even on the docket this year. So
Now,
do
if
you
you don't
think
like the
that'll be
tush
banned?
push, if you don't like the tush push, do something about it defensively to freaking stop it. No, stop making rules against things that work for one team. Like if you don't want it to work, freaking stop it. Be better. One night though, that's a funny story, and I can't tell you all of it. But we were like, what would be like if you came up with a play that was the play that stopped the tush push? What would you call it? And all I can say is it was me and it was David Lloyd. And the first three things that we came up with, we couldn't say any of them on TV.
Right.
That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
I was like, can we say this? And they were like, no.
Hmm. So is Shador Sanders the QB the Browns have been looking for since I guess probably around the year 2000?
Is it really since the year 2000 or does it go back into like
Yeah,
that
a little
long? Is
farther.
it like 98 or something?
Right.
I don't know. I'm gonna say no. I'm also gonna be honest and say that my Shador tape watching, like I'm not. That's not my the mental Rolodex on Shador's like abilities is not super high. My gut says it's probably not, but also I wonder how much of that is a team issue too. But my gut says no.